Hey, you're watching Marvin's Room. I'm your host, Marvin Reigns, here at KBOO 90.7 FM. Tonight's guest is Andre Middleton, great guy in the community. He runs an organization called Friends of Noise to help at-risk youth. Let's check him out.
Marvin's Room.
Come find me.
On KBOO 90.7. Keeping it true to PDX, Portland.
And we're back in the room. It's your boy Marvin Reigns. I'm chilling in the building with
Angelia Victoria.
And we got a guest in the building tonight, Mr. I don't know, should I do the drum roll or how you want it?
Nah, keep it humble.
Okay, we got Andre Middleton in the building, y'all.
What up? Thanks for having me, man.
Hey, thanks for coming by. I'm gonna jump right into this. Tell us a little bit about what you do and what you're about.
Friends of Noise is a nonprofit that I started with some friends about 2 years ago.
All right.
We host all-age music concerts where we have a youth committee that actually selects the artists. We pay all of our artists, young and old.
Nice.
We have a monthly show at a spot called S1 up on 73rd and Northeast Sandy. And on the last Saturday of every month, you can come through and check out young performers and adult performers rocking the stage and having a good time.
Is there any age limits or anything?
I say between 13 and up.
Okay.
All of our youth artists are below the age of 21.
Okay.
Once you can drink, you got much more options. So we try to make sure that the young people have more options too.
Nice. Okay. So what's a big goal you guys got for 2018?
Whoa! Last year we did about 6 shows, pop-up shows around town. This year we're gonna have over 20.
Ooh. Nice.
We are doing shows with Portland Parks and Rec out in East Portland. We're doing the Rock the Block out in East Portland.
Okay.
We're doing 8 monthly shows at this spot called S1. We're going to be doing 10 shows with Portland Farmers Market up in Lentz, PSU, and the King spot. And this up next weekend, we got 3 joints happening on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're taking over Portland Art Museum on Friday.
Yeah.
We got an all hip hop R&B review, and we got 3 poets from Verslandia. So the poets are going to play in between the music. And then on Saturday, we're doing the Portland Farmers Market at PSU. And then on Sunday, a group I collab with called YGB Portland and Deep Underground.
Ooh, I
and
like
Gentrification is Weird. We got a grant from Metro to do this placemaking thing where we're trying to use art to heal people from displacement and gentrification. So we're doing an open mic at the Sumner Albina Park from 3 to 7. And in fact, one of our youth musicians, Black Ivy, is going to be a featured artist during this open mic.
Okay.
So I want to give a shout out to Rayasha. What's up, girl?
Hey, shout out. So if people's trying to find out about this, how can they find it?
Oh, we've got a website.
Okay.
www.friends.of.noise.org. We've got a calendar of events on the website, so you can not only see all of our events, but we try and highlight anything that's all ages all over town. So if someone's doing something at Marrow, if someone's doing something at My Voice Music, if someone's doing something at the museum, we try and let people know that, hey, there are things that young people are going to do, especially now the summer's coming up, and kids are going to be out of school, and people are going to say, what am I going to have my kid do? We've got events all over town for them to do. Of course, on the socials, IG, Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah.
Friends, what's that? Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't be on there as much as I used to be though.
Me neither.
Nobody does.
Yeah.
I think Instagram took it by storm.
No, it took a big bite out of that. Yeah.
I try to check my notifications. That's about it.
Yeah.
I think once they stepped into the super privacy thing, people kind of backed away with the messenger.
Oh yeah.
Nobody likes their privacy trampled on.
And the truth is, they always been doing that. We just didn't realize how deep it was. It was always selling that. I mean, believe me, when I search for something online, and then the next 5 minutes later, it's on the side of my Facebook feed. They're sharing mad information.
Oh no, it's worse than that. I had watched a movie. It's a new movie, like a kids movie called Coco. Have you seen it yet?
I love Coco.
Yeah, Coco. So I watched it the other night.
It's a dope movie.
And it has what is the lady's name on there? she's a public figure in the Latino community. She had the unibrow.
Oh, Frida Kahlo.
Oh,
yeah,
Frida Kahlo.
Yeah, Frida. That was it, Frida. They had her on the Coco movie, and I was like, oh yeah, Frida.
Yeah.
Sure enough, on my Instagram, like it pulls up for a tattoo shop, and it's a build your own Frida tattoo.
Ooh,
but
man,
literally from watching that movie on Coco, I had a build your own tattoo on my Instagram, and I was like, wow, really, you guys?
Like somebody's watching
Pretty
me.
much,
Yeah.
You got no privacy.
Right.
Really.
So check that waiver twice.
Right.
They don't play.
Okay. So, what do you guys got going on this year?
Man, right now we're just our big goal is to open up our own spot, and that's not going to happen this year. But all of our concerts is basic opportunities for people to meet us.
Nice.
I guarantee that we're going to be in the Willamette Week gift guide upcoming in the fall. So I know it's a little ways away.
Okay.
But we were in it last year and we did okay. So we want to try and double that. Something that's really dope though that is just that not too many people know about this is that Friends of Noise is starting to do live production services. You ever heard of IRCO?
I haven't heard of that.
They're Immigrant Refugee Community Organization. They're a spot up in Northeast Portland that takes people they're from Hmong, Japan, the Middle East, and they just basically give them a home away from home while they get themselves settled here in Portland.
Right.
Dope organization. They had a fundraiser at the Melody Bar a couple weeks ago, and their sound people fell through at the last minute. So they called us. And now we are training young people through Portland Youth Builders. That's a really great alternative school where you can go and get construction trade. We're starting to teach their young people how to do live audio sound. And not only do young people can do sound for our concerts where they get paid, we're going to start booking jobs at fundraisers and galas and stuff like that. Yeah. So I'm really excited about that. And to be honest, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself because we didn't do all the paperwork yet.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited about it.
Right, speak it into existence.
Yeah,
Don't
manifest.
Do it. Yeah,
Manifest.
There you go.
it.
Manifest.
Put it in the
That's
universe.
the best way to do it.
I like that. So what got you into doing that?
Oh boy. Always was down for youth empowerment, because I was a young kid growing up in New York City, and I was independent from day one. Jumping on the back of buses, just trying to keep out of trouble and get trouble at the same time. And I moved out here, and it's just wrong how they treat brown kids out here. They don't want to see them. They're over policing them, not giving them any agency. And I used to be a teacher for the blind. So I've worked with kids who had some real issues, and it occurred to me, the trauma our community's been going through, that's a real issue for us too. And how can I, help create a safe space for them where they can express themselves without no one to look at them funny,
Right.
Where can they talk to people in their own language in the way that people understand and they understand them. So I just want Friends of Noise to grow into a place where if you're down with music, if you're down with poetry, if you're down for young people, that you can come and express yourself. And whether it's LGBTQI, whether it is Native, Indigenous, whether it is women, men, young people, I want this to be a space where
Everyone can come.
everybody, and they're making the space themselves. So that's what I'm trying to do.
I like that. That's what's up.
That's amazing.
Thank you. And thanks for having me. Seriously though.
Yeah, always, man. I told you I had to have you on, man. I like what you're doing, man. I think people should definitely hear about it.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. No, much love. Really appreciate it though.
I like the shirt too, man. The James Brown.
Oh yeah, I got this at a place called Future Shop.
Oh,
Hey.
okay.
Right over there on Burnside.
Yeah.
Oh, a good buddy of mine over there, Derek, does a thing called A Beat Happening. And
I heard of
right,
that.
it's like either the second or third Thursday, maybe the last Thursday of the month.
Yeah.
They've been DJs, beat makers. It's a lot of fun. That's also all ages, so that's why I gotta hype it because it's all ages.
We need to connect then sometime and get some of your kids in my dance class too.
Boom.
That's
See?
the case.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Don't tell me
She got the
that.
shirt on. Look,
I
the
know.
youth family.
Oh yeah, this was
Oh,
just
nice.
actually for a fishing event that I went to.
Nice.
That I was a part of today, but
It's all about
yeah, I
the shirt.
teach at the East Community Center. So
Oh,
yeah, I
dope.
teach a hip hop class every other Friday, 7:30 to 9. So any of your kids that love to dance and love music, it's Mine goes down to about 3 or 4 years old. So if we want to bring the
don't you
kids
love
on
when
down.
those little 3-year-olds be making the moves? They be hella
I mean,
cute.
honestly,
Cute.
a couple of them just run around, but honestly, kids getting their energy out and having a safe place to do it, and the parents don't have to worry about
Right.
it. That's a blessing.
Y'all see that video of a bunch of folks stepping, and then this little kid in the white suit was that was
Yes.
so cute.
It was so, yeah, and they're like, look at him, what is he doing? He was like, oh, he was
Like,
grooving.
he was matching their moves.
Right.
Like he must have been watching
Was that
it for a while.
was that a fraternity?
Looked like a wedding. Actually, looked like it was a wedding.
But were they part? It looked like they were stepping
It
like
looked like they were all brothers, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think it was that a step showed up. It looked like.
I think they just did it to like do it, and the son has seen his dad and his friends do it so much. She was like, I know these moves too.
That was really cute. So seriously though, any chance that where do your young people perform? Where do they have like a showcase?
He's interviewing you. I like that.
Oh, what? I know. He's like, look, I have people doing my job for me. I actually was trying to set up a end of the year performance at the end of this month.
Okay.
That's why I was like, well, what's going on with yours?
Okay. So would you have it at the East Portland community? I mean,
That's usually where we've had 2 small performances, and that's where we've had them. Yeah, at
Okay.
East Portland.
Okay. We got to talk because one thing I love about what Friends of Noise is trying to do is how do we give there's a lot of my voice music and rock camp for girls and what you're doing, and usually the only time those kids get to perform is like at the end of what they did.
Right.
And then they don't perform again.
Exactly.
Right.
So I'm trying to create spaces where they can perform more often so more people get to see them. You know what I mean? I think it's great when family come out and represent and see what the kids did.
I like that.
But to see a kid's face when they see complete strangers in the audience, and it's people that don't gotta be there, but they're there to see them and they're there to see what they do, it's like, wow. So I would love to talk about this summer, because like I said, we got a whole lot of shows. We're doing some stuff in East Portland.
Right.
Maybe we can have a showcase at one of the concerts.
That would definitely be a blessing.
We could do that.
Yeah.
Manifest.
Exactly. Yes.
Manifest.
We'll talk.
We're
before.
manifesting.
Right now.
Manifesting.
That's how we do it.
So Andre, what you were just talking about, you were saying you're trying to bring, what was it? You was trying to get people
To sign up.
There you go.
If you make music, if you're an artist, if you are a poet, any genre, but we gotta say, I'll be real, we love hip hop, so we give priority to hip hop. But if you do rock, you do jazz, you do funk, whatever, we are always looking out for new artists. Under 21 especially, but if you are an adult and down to play with a youth crew, come through. On our website, we've got a couple of links to a sign-up page where you can give us like your deets, like your name, your artist name, your stage name, send us your SoundCloud links, send us your IG links, tell us what kind of music you play, and when you might be available, and we'll try and book you into a show. That's what our youth committee does. Our youth committee, we have listening parties.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where
Yeah.
we go to the spreadsheet with everybody filled out, and we'll just pull up YouTube clips, we pull up SoundCloud, and we just listen, and then we start matching people, we start matching up lineups. And our youth committee does that, so.
I like that.
Yeah,
Right.
try to give them as much agency and let them run the show. Hopefully at some point, all I'm doing is signing checks, that's all I want to do.
Right. I like that. It keeps it
Right.
fun,
That's
entertaining.
right, that's all I want to do one day is to sign checks.
I like that. Keep some money in your pocket. You
That's
know?
right.
That's what's up. I feel that, Andre. Good job, man. I'm proud of you out here doing what you want to do,
Thank you.
and it's impacting people on like a positive vibe.
Mhm.
You know, so that's what's up.
It's funny, the night that I met you at that party over in Southwest Portland,
Yeah.
remember the young lady, Brianna Grisby?
Yeah.
Who spat that really dope poem?
Oh yeah.
She's helping me teach a project at Portland Youth Builders every Monday for the rest of the summer.
Ooh.
So-
when did that happen?
They've got a little poetry club, and they asked me to come in, and they have like electives, like 10 o'clock on Mondays. That's like a free period. And it's not really free, but it's not like regular like reading, writing, arithmetic.
Right.
Yeah.
So they get to learn what they want to learn. And they had a poetry club, and the guy who was doing the poetry club, Randall White, he had to back off because he was too busy. So they asked me to come in and teach audio production.
Yeah.
So we are going to teach them how to do a talent show.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah. So we bring in the microphones, we bring in the PA, we bring in all the chords. We're going to teach them how to run a PA, how to do sound, and then they're going to couple that with the poetry club, because they're really doing lyrics. They're dropping bars.
They got some
It's
bars.
poetry, but they're really doing bars.
Okay.
So the goal is that they're going to come up with the song,
Yeah.
reach out to the rest of the school, and so they're going to all do a poetry. I mean, not poetry, but a talent show.
Yeah.
And they're going to use our PA for the talent show.
That's
So
what-
Brianna came through and was like,
Yeah.
"Yo, I'll teach that." So so we tag team it. So I do the technical stuff, she does the creative stuff. But so far, so good.
See, that's all from networking. I like that. You know, it's all about networking and just vibing, shaking, and just doing it.
Stick a move, stick a
Yeah.
move.
Yeah, I like that.
Exactly.
So, Angeline, I know you got some.
I got a couple of questions for you, but
For who?
for you.
Oh, for me?
Yeah, I'm hoping question you today.
Uh-oh.
This is my moment to shine.
No one
with you.
told me that.
Yeah. So, for the Friends of Noise, what made you? I know you got a little bit into what made you start it, but what really made you dive fully into it and decide, okay, this is what it is, but at the end of it, what do you want it to like? What's the biggest outcome from this that you
Okay,
want,
I'll be
aside
straight-
from signing the check?
I'll be straight with you. I grew up here in Portland in the grunge era. It was big, and you had all these labels and all these bands, Pond, Cracker Bash, all alternative white kids.
Uh-huh.
I'm good with that. I like rock and roll music.
Right.
About 2 years ago, there's this local artist named Sean Krogan. He's a really good friend. He's really, really sweet. He posted a grip of pictures on Facebook from backstages and green rooms from back in the day, a good 20 years ago. And I recognize a lot of people, and I recognize a lot of faces and a lot of people, and they are all still friends today. Some became lawyers, some became pizza cooks, but they still ride or die for each other today. And I said to myself, if I could help create an environment where you have these young musicians on the come up now, and they knew 10, 15 years later that they could still be tight, and they could be chosen family, I thought that'd be amazing. Especially if it was black or brown kids from the east side, and you get these refugee kids, and you get Muslims and all this kind of stuff. You know, kids from Apano, from the Asian Pacific, community. So that's my dream, is to create a musical ecosystem that is for them, by them, where when push comes to shove, 10 years later, when someone, has a kid, they all there. Or someone gets cancer, God forbid, they're all there.
Right.
And so that's what really drives it, to say that, hey, that's a gang I want to be a part of.
So creating a family, sort of, aside from the business aspect
Without a
of
doubt.
it.
Without a
Right.
doubt.
I respect that a lot. Now, with what you said.
Make sure you speak in the mic, though.
Oh yeah, sorry, gotta lean in.
Yeah.
So, with that, for you starting that from all these people that you said were friends before when they did the music and stuff, for these kids that you're teaching now, what is the main thing aside from the music that you factor in that helps them stay sort of that family? Like, I know it's hard getting all these kids, all these different people from different backgrounds. What helps you reach out to these kids to help them reach out to each other, is what I mean by that.
I'll be honest, sharing my privilege. Being an adult is a privilege.
Hey.
I know too many people who don't quite get to adulthood, I'm sad to say.
Yeah.
You know?
True.
Right.
Being an adult is a privilege.
Yeah.
Me having my college degree is a privilege. Me being a cis black man in America is a privilege. I don't let no one tell me that I'm underprivileged or that I'm a minority.
Right.
And I want to make sure that these kids see a black man sharing his privilege with them, so they can go and do that for themselves and with their community later.
Right.
So, I got this young woman named Ascension who's calling me uncle, and her mom is down with me, and her mom trusts me, and I sent her a care package from Adidas store last summer when she went off to college last fall, and she hit me up a couple of days ago, said, "Yo, I got the show coming up. I need to get some stickers and some merch. Can you help me out?" I'm like, "Of course I'm gonna help you out. I'll cover half. You have to work for your half, but I'll cover half."
Right.
And I Venmoed her the money. She Venmoed me my half back in 2 days. That is for real.
Right.
That's trust.
My bad.
That it's not just gimme. It's not just me doing for nothing. It's building something for real. It's funny. We had the Sip Up show last weekend over Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
Rayasha and her sister Riani Empress put on.
Oh, Empress,
And they
okay.
booked it.
Yeah.
And it happened to be their birthday, so I went out to Beaver Dam and got them a picture cake. I ain't seen a picture cake in a minute. And they fell out. They fell out. We came out with the candles and the cake, and it was cake for everybody.
Right.
It was really good red velvet too.
Oh, yeah, that's the cake.
It was
that's
the cake. And but just to let them know, I respect and I got a lot of love for young people, and 'cause that's the environment that I grew up in. Back home in Brooklyn, everybody knew everybody on the block. You couldn't do nothing about getting back to your mom. But not in kind of a spy way, but just to say, yo, we looking out for Young. We looking out for Andre.
Right.
And I think for a lot of young people, I don't want to say what they feel. I just know I want to be a part of that community, part of that family, part of the environment where they know that Andre's looking out.
Right.
And if it's not just me, it may be my man David who's helping with the audio, or it's Yolanda who's helping out with their kids. So it just, how can I be, whether it's a spoke of the wheel, the hub of the wheel, or one of the spokes, I just want to be a part of that.
I like
That's
that.
respectful. Yeah. I can appreciate that for sure. Now, you were talking about your goal is to get these dancers and these musicians and these artists paid. My question for you is there any plans in the future, whether it's 5 years from now, 10 years from now, to start maybe getting some scholarships or some other type of funded stuff incorporated with your dancing? That way, sort of, I know you guys are nonprofit, but reaching out to other places where they might be able to get you guys your own scholarships to be able to give these kids to maybe start going to art schools or art, you know what I mean? Start working with trying to start going to art schools and be like, hey, this is my nonprofit organization. Would you guys be able to create a scholarship of some sort for us? Or how would I go about doing that and actually start going to these, how I see it, there's a bunch of schools that do engineering and all that type of stuff. Why wouldn't you be able to partner with them to where you want your kids to have jobs afterwards? Why not create these pathways where you have direct links to these places, hey, we have the scholarship to this school or to this school or to whatever school, whatever engineering school or whatever art school of your choice. So that way you start partnering with Juilliard, maybe not now, but down the road. Is that something
that's a great idea? I totally into it. One thing that I have to admit, when I started this, I was worried about is being innovative. Yeah. And how do you keep thinking? How do you keep taking the next step?
Yeah.
One thing I told myself though from the jump was that if I put the day-to-day in the hands of the young people, then it's going to grow because young people are always on the cutting edge.
Right.
Exactly. They're always the first early adopters. They're always with the ear to the street, knowing what's next.
Right.
That is an incredible idea, and I gotta say, I've got a 17-year-old daughter. Hey, shout out Madeline, who is off to college next year, and she spent all of last fall looking through scholarships.
Yeah.
And this young woman Ascension, when she's going to Drexel, she sent Madeline her list of scholarships. Yeah. So for starters, how do we share the information that's already out there?
Right.
Right. How do we share that information and not kind of hold on to it? So I don't want anybody else to apply to it because then it'd be competition.
Yeah.
We got to forget that scarcity model. So step one, we could do that tomorrow. That's not even 5 years from now. We could do that tomorrow and start sharing the information and resources of what scholarships are already there.
Exactly.
Because they already exist. I would love the idea of, based upon our track record, based upon our programming, for us to maybe go to an Intel or go to a Nike or go to the Trailblazers and say, hey, here's some young come-ups from the community, here's their dream, and here's what they've already done to achieve it. What they're looking for is just to take it to the next step. I think that'd be a positive message. I can see some people being into that.
Or even I'm talking about talking to the city of Portland or or even to the state to find out, hey, this is my organization, Friends of Noise or whatever, what can I do if we get enough money to get a scholarship, you know what I mean, for in our name.
Right.
So then, you know what I mean, the Friends of Noise. Big. I'm thinking big. That's why I said we could start it tomorrow in the information aspect, but what I'm talking about is the Friends of Noise scholarship. So, to actually have
on
a
that
scholarship.
Note, I'm going to let you guys just talk about that real quick. We're going to take a little break, and we'll be right back.
You were D'Angelo's cousin.
Yeah, that's my cousin.
Yeah.
He be making
Rain's
stuff
in the
out
house.
there.
Rain's in the house.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. I actually met that dude maybe 8, 9 years ago, and we met from like Facebook.
Uh-huh.
And he was just like, "You got the same last name, Brains." I'm like, "Yeah, you do too, bro." And then we found out he's my first cousin.
Man.
We both love the same thing. We're both in the same industry.
Right?
Yeah.
It's funny. Years ago, I went and found 6 other Andre Middletons on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I became friends with them all. And one of them's like French Canadian, and I don't know what he's saying. But yeah, so we're all Andre Middleton. So sometimes people will like hit them up trying to reach me, and we all say happy birthday to each other. It's kind of funny. It's kind of
little Andre Middleton community.
I feel like I'm the only me, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's great.
Don't look. You never know. Don't look. So let's keep it that way.
That's true.
So what's next? What's next up?
Okay, let's talk about the anniversary.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They just finished that mural. Yeah, anniversary of the stabbing on the Mac station. That's been on my mind as of late. I got to give props to OPB. They actually interviewed the young Mina who was actually confronted. Yeah. And I felt that's something that they didn't do the first time. I understand that there's a real loss of life, and I got to give it up for Micah for being strong and pulling through.
That's the homie of the homie.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, for real. For talk about ride. I mean, seriously, he put it right there. But they really seemed to give short shrift to the sisters who were really confronted and threatened with their lives. So I was pleased to see that they were getting some due, and people were talking about it. But for the real, this election has really emboldened a lot of people to start doing some really stupid stuff. Seriously.
Yeah.
I saw this T-shirt that said, "Don't let that orange Cheeto get your ass beat." Can I say that on here?
Oh, no, but it's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Don't let that Cheeto get your butt beat. And it's true. I just like my mom. I've always been on the wish factor. I wish they would. I wish someone would come to me and think
You
that.
don't want that.
Right. Because they're gonna find out I'm not that one. I'm not that one. And I gotta give props to our forefathers. They got beat. They got dogs bit them, and they still pushed.
Right.
Yeah.
They still push. So I'm not trying to hear young people today. I'm not trying to hear young people today. Oh, he called me a bad word, man.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not trying to hear that.
You need more control than that.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
I feel that. Tell the people again how they can find you.
You can find You can find me at Friends of Noise. I'm on the website. You see my picture there under the Who We Are About Us. We've got a website. If you can find us on www.friendsofnoise.org. We've got the Facebook. We've got the Instagram. We've got the Twitter. We're going to have concerts all summer long. Check out our event page. On our webpage, we've got a calendar of events. It lists all our shows and other shows for the entire year. Check us out for the Give Guide coming up in the fall.
Okay.
If you're an artist, find our website and sign up to perform one of our shows. And if you're in the audience, come through and have a good time. I can't ask for more than that.
Hey, okay. Everybody, that was Andre Middleton.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
I had a great time.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
And you're going to email me, right? Because you got my email right there.
Yes, I actually already sent you a message on Insta.
I got to look that up. I've been looking on my Insta because I've been
The
talking.
Wi-Fi.
I've been
See?
talking. Oh, yeah,
Yeah, be like-
And Jelly?
Angelia.
Angelia.
Another slaughter of the name. How
Angelia.
wonderful. Just
Angelia.
refer back to the Richard Marx song.
Will do. Okay. Marvin, thank you. Blessings, seriously.
Appreciate it.
Marvin's Room.
Come find me. Come find me. Come find me.
Right here on KBOO 90.7. Keeping it true to PDX, Portland.